Hey everybody, it's Flyin Ryan here with a review of the JJRC X1 Shuttle. Now this is a affordable brushless motored quad. It has brushless motors, and I think a lot of people were hoping that this would kind of be the be-all end-all quad, you know, a nice affordable brushless model, good long-lasting motors and powerful, you know, buy this and never buy another quad. Well, it's not quite that. I've got a few issues with it. I don't hate it. It is a good quad. It's nice for the price. It looks really cool, but I do have some issues with it. But we'll kind of get into things as we go here. So first of all, it is a really nice looking model. I really like the looks. Some people are calling it a Blade 200 QX clone. It does have similar looks, you know, with the landing gear, how they go forward like that, and you know, similar design and about the same size. I think this is a little bit bigger than the 200 QX, but not a clone by any means. I mean, first of all, it doesn't have the you know, light up arm LEDs. It just has these little pin LEDs here in the arms there. You know, it's got this kind of fake GPS cap on the back, and you know, it is similar, but not a clone. And then as far as the way it flies, it is not even in the same ballpark as the 200 QX. But you know, it's not bad. We've got the battery bay here in the back, so I did have a little bit of trouble getting the battery in with the way the wires just kind of hang down here. They kind of get in the way of putting the battery in, and I worry that with, you know, with time of smashing the battery in there, that these cables are gonna break or rub raw or something. So I'm a little bit disappointed in the battery bay there. And then as I was getting at here, with they've got these LEDs in the arm, but they're kind of housed in, and they've got this like plastic perimeter around them, making it so you don't see them at all from any angle other than directly below. I mean, they're recessed into plastic, so literally only if you're directly below. If you're at an angle at all you see is plastic. That's not the LED there. That is the plastic housing around the LED. So I really don't know what they were thinking there. I mean, the LEDs on this are next to worthless. Let's see, did I say, okay, so the front are orange and the back are white, so kind of weird color choice too. But you know, whatever, you can't see them, so what does it matter? I do like the really nice bright green, especially with, you know, the green props in the front and the green on the arms there. You know, it is in just the whole shape of the quad. Orientation is no problem, even if you don't see the LEDs. And actually, this thing has no LVC warning as far as I could tell, or it's late. I've never seen the LEDs blinking while in flight, but I have seen them blinking after picking it up from landing. So as far as I can tell, there's no visual LED indicator that you've got LVC warning. So the LEDs are pretty much pointless on the thing. Here is the transmitter, which people have complained about as well. I have no problem with it. I think it is a perfectly acceptable transmitter for the price, and it's, you know, it's hobby grade style, so it fits in the hands nice. It works well for pinchers. I think it's perfectly acceptable for, you know, for the price that you get it. My only problem is that it's blue. It doesn't match. I would have liked to see all these parts be green like the quad. I mean, they've, you know, there's a blue model, so it makes sense to get this with the blue one. But I would have liked to see the transmitter match the quad, but that's just my taste for aesthetics. You can recalibrate it by holding both sticks down to the right. And being that this is a brushless model, you've got to arm the motors, which is, it's kind of a tricky dance of button controls. So first you want to turn on the transmitter, plug in the battery into the quad, and then you've got to hold both sticks out to basically arm it, and then you've got to turn the motors on by moving the left stick. I think it's like right, left, right, or, you know, some sort of combination. I forget if you start left, right, whatever it is. So you hold both sticks out to arm it, then you move the left stick back and forth like that to actually turn on the motors, and then they'll start spinning on their own, at a low RPM. It won't take off, but they will start just spinning. Sometimes I found that, like, if I were to arm it here in the house and then take it outside to go fly it, when I'd set it down, I'd do all the, arm it and then turn on the motors, and it wouldn't start. And so sometimes I found that if I hold both sticks down right to recalibrate it and then do the whole process again, then it would arm. So I'm not sure what that is, but you may need to do the recalibration first if you move locations from the first time you've armed it. So kind of weird there. Let's look at what all it comes with. We've got a spare set of props, and then this is a tool here to remove and tighten the little hubs there that lock the props onto the motors. It also does have prop guards, which is kind of cool. Not a lot of brushless quads come with prop guards, so I haven't actually used them, but they are pretty durable, so I think they would work well, but they're at least going to work well to protect you from getting hit by the blades, because with a brushless motor you've got more power and these blades are more likely to hurt you. So if you're new to something like that or a more powerful quad, you may want to start with the prop guards just to keep yourself from getting hurt. It does have a wall charger here that uses the balance plug to charge. And the battery is a 2S LiPo, 7.4 volt. Get that to focus in. Hello. I don't know why my camera's not wanting to focus. There we go. So 1300 milliamp hour battery, so a nice big battery, and it has the JST plug and your balance plug. If you use the stock wall charger, that takes about an hour and 45 minutes to charge. Here on the box it says flight time 15 minutes, and that is one of the first times where it actually is not a lie. It did actually get 15-minute flights, which I'm pretty impressed with. I wasn't expecting it to last that long, because it's not really a huge battery for a brushless quad, but it did meet the standard of the 15 minutes that it claims. Like I said, I didn't test it with the prop guards on, so I don't know how much of a difference that makes. But with the brushless quad, you've got plenty of power to spare. I doubt the prop guards really make that much of a difference in flight time. It does have a auxiliary power port here and like mounting brackets, so there may be some existing camera or FPV camera that you could mount onto here, or maybe JJRC will be releasing something specific to it. But I did notice that it seems to be ready to go for a camera. Here it says CAN port. I assume that means it's supposed to be cam, but it says CAN port. All right, let's see. What else is there to say? Oh, okay, so we've got 3 rates on the left bumper here. You change rates, and the yaw rate does change, and it's a good yaw. It's not super fast, but it's plenty fast. On high rates, it's actually a little bit. I don't know if it's the yaw is too fast or it's just the combination of pitch and yaw. But on high rates, it feels really, really twitchy, which is my main complaint with this thing. Is it feels so twitchy, and it's like it's so fast to re-level itself that you make a little movement and it's just like immediately snaps back. It doesn't have a very fluid feeling to it. So I mean, it just feels like you're constantly just kind of like twitching the thing around. And like I said, especially on high rates, it just feels really uncontrollable and just twitchy and messy. On medium rates, it's pretty decent. It's good and flyable. It's got a decent enough pitch to go fast, and it feels all right. But again, it levels out so fast that it just has this twitchy feel to it. It's like nowhere near as smooth flying as the Blade 200QX that just has this really nice smooth feel. I mean, it just feels like you're constantly just kind of twitching it all over the place. So a little bit disappointing there in the actual flight characteristics of it, which is where it was the major letdown for me, other than the LEDs. But other than those two things, it's a pretty nice package. I mean, to get a brushless quad for the price it is, it's still a pretty good buy. It just doesn't quite fly you know, so well that, you know, oh, I'll never need another quad after I've got this one. I don't think it's quite there. It doesn't really fit my needs of, you know, the way it flies. It's just not that satisfying of a flight characteristics. Let's see. Anything else to say about this one? No, that looks like that covers it. So let's go take it out for a flight, and I'll try to show you what I was talking about with the twitchiness. All right, let's check it out. All right, this is the flight review of the JJRC X1, the little affordable brushless quad. Go ahead and give her a spin. And she's a little bit twitchy, so not great, but at least it's brushless. So arming's kind of weird. First you gotta hold both sticks to the outside corners, and that unlocks it, and then you move the left stick right, left, right. And so now it's armed and ready to fly. And I'm on low rates. So you'll see, I mean, it levels out pretty quickly. Just kind of makes it feel a little twitchy. It's not bad on low rates. It's pretty docile. Let's bring it back. There's our yaw rate on low rates. Pretty slow. Let me get it back out there. There we go. And then medium rates, and then high rates. So not crazy fast on high rates, but not bad. Get a funnel going. You can do really nice tight funnels. Alright, so now it's flying high rates. And oh man, it's just so twitchy. Here, let me get a little closer and kind of show you. It's one of these things, like, it's hard to just see it by looks. You've got to feel it, but when I give full stick, I mean, you see how fast it levels itself back out. And it just kind of ends up making for just this really twitchy flight characteristics. Flying in high rates is pretty, I don't know, it's pretty sloppy. Kind of hard to be precise. I think high rates is better for just kind of going crazy and doing stunts and stuff. Of course, there's no flipping or anything, no automatic flips, no manual mode for manual flips. So high rates is a little bit weird, but we'll go to medium rates and try that. That's pretty decent for flying circuits, though. It's still pretty twitchy, but definitely better. That was a full speed kick there. I mean, it's got some power and speed. Let's do a throttle punch. So it gets going. The LEDs are pretty much only visible from directly below the thing. I don't know if you can see them on camera there or not, but pretty much impossible to see from any other angle. Back on high rates, try to do a speed pass there. You need the high rate pitch to keep up with the throttle. Whoa, it got going. Full speed. So on high rates, full pitch and full throttle is pretty much perfect to get a nice straight high speed pass. On medium rates, it climbs a little bit. The throttle's a little bit more than the pitch, so it doesn't go straight. So it's not bad, it's just not great. This isn't quite the, you know, one quad to do it all that people were kind of hoping for, you know, being brushless. It kind of looks like the 200QX, but absolutely does not fly like it at all. Not bad though, just not great. I've also found the LVC warning to be either late or non-existent. I've had it lands before the LEDs start blinking, and then the LEDs start blinking after it's lost power to even fly anymore. So not even any sort of visual indicator that LVC is coming. Not like it matters anyway, you can't see the LEDs anyway. But you know, no audio alert from the transmitter or anything, so you want to either keep a timer or just make sure to keep your flights short enough that you don't end up outrunning the battery, because there is no warning. Medium rates funnel there. Oh, that's nice. A little topless guy out on the balcony. Whoa, watch out, branches. Oh, durability test. Trying to get out of the way of the car there and hit the branches. It looks like no harm done. Go ahead and... Yep, sometimes it doesn't want to arm, so then I find that if you recalibrate it, hold both sticks down to the right, and then try to do it again, then it works. So sometimes you just got to recalibrate before it'll let you arm it. Maybe that little crash there knocked the accelerometer a little bit loose. No harm done, back to flying just fine. Back on medium rates. I think I've showed really about all there is to show. Nothing extra of this, not a lot of bells and whistles, just is what it is. Alright, well, let's bring her in for a landing. Ooh. This one's a little tricky to land. It's, man, real tricky to land. The landing gear's a little bouncy, and the throttle gets really touchy there at the lower point, so it's hard to get a nice smooth touchdown with this one. Maybe better to put it down in grass. Anyway, there we go. That's the JJRC X1, a little brushless quad. Not bad for the price, but definitely not, you know, the end-all quad that's better than everything else, you know, at a low price. It's, you kind of get what you pay for, but at least it's brushless and it looks pretty cool and comes in green. I always love that. Anyway, there we go. Check the video description for a price and purchase link. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.